Hello everybody, I am back with another film review. So for those of you that don't know, I am doing a film challenge. I watch a themed film once a week. So this week's theme was watch a film in a different language. So I was confused. I do like non-English films, I really do. I think the ones I've seen have quite a lot of substance to them. So I thought about watching a French film or a Spanish film or a Portuguese film or even Korean. But my problem is that I like going on my phone when I'm watching a film. It's difficult for me to read subtitles and watch a film. So I decided, why not watch a Bollywood? Because I understand the language, I've pretty much grown up on Bollywood. So I decided to watch a Bollywood film. And the one I decided to go for was a film called Kahaani. So Kahaani literally translates into story, and it was a film directed by Sujoy Ghosh, and it starred Vidya Balan as the main character. So Vidya Balan is quite a big prominent character in Bollywood. She plays quite, I like to say sophisticated roles and quite edgy roles. She's really, really good at playing that edgy woman, the woman that you wouldn't expect people for you to be. And this particular film wasn't your typical Bollywood. It didn't really have songs in it at all. It didn't have the choreographed dancing, which I was a little bit sad about, but I do get why, because it wouldn't really have gone with the aesthetic of this film. And it had quite a sort of gritty feel to it. It was based in Kolkata, which I don't actually know much about as an Indian city, but in this film you do see a lot of it, and you see some of the festivals that go on there, and it's quite portrayed in a really beautiful way. So how I'll do this is I'll give you a bit of a synopsis of the film, then go into my pros and cons. So a heavily pregnant woman, played by Vidya Balan, who's also actually named Vidya in the film, she travels from London to Calcutta because she is searching for her husband. So her husband went missing a few weeks ago. He travelled to Calcutta for work, and she heard from him when he got there. He spoke to her, and then all of a sudden just stopped speaking to her, no communication. So she goes alone to Kolkata all by herself to look for her missing husband. Once she gets there, she receives help from the police, specifically one policeman, and they go on this wild goose chase to find this woman's missing husband. But as expected in any thriller, there's a lot more to the story than what meets the eye. So, where to begin? This film, for me, was Bollywood like I've never ever seen it before. Like I said, I have grown up on Bollywood. I love it. I love the cheesiness of it. I love that there's about 7 songs and the films are 4 hours long. I love that. Honestly, this isn't even sarcasm. I genuinely love that. But with this, it was nothing like I've seen before. It's not the Bollywood I know. And that was amazing. Amazing. And this film I rated on Letterboxd 4.5 out of 5, which is a really high rating for me. It deserved it. It probably deserved a 5, but 5 is just for the exceptional films for me. So 4.5 is pretty much a 5 in my world. I haven't even gone into the pros and cons, but if you want to watch this film, if you are sat here thinking about watching this film, it's on Netflix. Go put it on right now and just sit down and watch it. Just do it. And the absolute irony is, I didn't watch a Korean or French or Spanish film because I was like, I'm not going to be able to read the subtitles, I'll be on my phone. But as I was watching this film, I did not pick my phone up once. I didn't pick my phone up. I know that literally might not mean anything to you, but it is a phenomenal film. I've recommended it to about 7 people I know already. And not just that, oh, you should watch this film. It's a, have you seen it yet? Have you seen it yet? So you can tell I was really excited about this film. Anyway, I will go into the pros and cons, starting with the pros. So the first pro for me was definitely the pacing of this film. It was just the perfect length. I think it's just over 2 hours long, and for a Bollywood film that's pretty short, but it was just the perfect length. There was enough happening to keep me on my toes. There was enough going on. But also, unlike a lot of thrillers that don't give you time to breathe, there was quite a bit of breathing time, and it was gorgeous because there was some comedy. It was funny. Vidya was such a likable character. And you know, you have to gel with your main character if you're going to watch a 2-hour film. So it really was a really well-paced film, which I do find rare. I usually think films are too long or too short. There's rarely a film that it just works perfectly, but this one did. My second pro is the acting. So everybody acted so well. From Vidya Balan to the desk person at the hotel to the little kids in the street, everybody that was acted really, really well, and that's just all I have to say on that. Another pro with this was that so sometimes with thrillers the ending is good but it doesn't answer all of the questions. With this one, for me, all my questions were answered. So if this is a spoiler, I'm sorry, but it didn't leave any loose strings for me, so, or loose threads, I don't know what it is, but it didn't leave anything loose for me. It was all tied up really well, and I'm not going to go into any more detail because this is a spoiler-free review. I do not want to tell you what happens at all. And then the sort of final pro I want to mention is, again, like I said, I have grown up on Bollywood, and this is more of a personal note. You know, Bollywood people see as either dancing, musicals, love story, boy meets girl, boy loves girl, girl's father doesn't want boy, and then they get together anyway. You know, that is what Bollywood is about for a lot of people. Or Bollywood, for some reason, started doing this random genre which was just fighting. It was just, the films were yellow and it was just fighting, and Amitabh Bachchan used to always be in them for some reason, and it was just horrid. It was just depressing. And this film is bang on in the middle, and I just think, how have they done that? This is middle, even though I'm not in the middle, but this is middle. The middle thing they've just done so well, and I think really more directors need to take a leaf out of this film's book. Sujoy Ghosh has done a really, really good job. However, there is one thing, I did a bit of digging, I did a bit of searching, and they've made a Kahaani 2, and Vidya Balan is in it. And this is rated 8.1 on IMDb, and that's got a 6.6, which makes me think that they shouldn't have done a part 2. I don't think they should have done a part 2. I don't know why they did do a part 2. I don't even know if they're related, but I won't be watching part 2, so I won't be reviewing that unless you guys absolutely want me to, but I will not be reviewing part 2. So that was a little bit of a disappointment. Anyway, I will now go into the cons. There are none. There are none. Nope, there's no cons. I thought about this for ages. So I watched this film 2 days ago at the time of filming, and I thought about this. I was like, right, I'm going to do a review on this. What am I going to say as a con? I genuinely just did not think there were cons to this film, and people online disagreed with me. Some people on Letterboxd had given it a low rating, obviously, as people will, because people have different tastes. But for me personally, there were no cons. That's why I'm saying go and watch it. Just give it a go, please. If you never listen to anything I say ever again, that's fine. Just listen to this and go watch it. But yes, that was my review for this week. I will be back next week with another film review. The topic for next week's film is a comedy, so I've got a lot to choose from. I will hopefully choose wisely. If you do have any suggestions, please comment them below or get in touch and connect with me, and I will take them into consideration. That's all from me today. Take care, stay safe, and enjoy. Have a lovely day. Goodbye.